So Stormlight 5 comes out this year, which obviously has us all thinking about what's going to be happening. But I actually want to think a little bit farther than that. I want to think about what's going to happen by the end of Stormlight 10. So my theory is by the end of Stormlight 10, the magic system on Roshar will have fundamentally changed to not just include honor and cultivation, but Odium as well. That all three shards will be represented in the magic system. Hi, me from the future cutting in here because I actually have the how this is going to happen now. A few days ago, I was on a podcast with Cosmere Studies, and Jordan from Cosmere Studies actually gave me an idea as to how this can happen. He has a theory that I completely support and completely agree with. Here's the gist of the theory, that Dalinar is going to lose the Contest of Champions, which means he's going to be made as Odium's champion. But before that happens, Dalinar will use his powers as a bondsmith to bind the Shard of Honor to Odium, creating the joint Shard of War. So Dalinar isn't just Odium's champion, he is now the champion of war, both honor and Odium, which is so narratively so accurate because Dalinar is so intimately connected with both of these shards. He was a slave to Odium for the first 30, 40 years of his life, and now he's literally bonded to the Stormfather, who is, for all intents and purposes, the embodiment of the Shard of Honor. So it just makes so much sense. You should go check out the podcast. It's Cosmere Studies. It was from this last Monday was the episode. Jordan goes into it a lot more depth. It's phenomenal. Anyway, we're going to get back to my video. Now, why do I say that? Because I feel like that's kind of where the narrative is going so far, right? So far, we have the story of the humans come to Roshar. They bring Odium with them. At some point, it swaps. Odium's now with the singers. Honor and cultivation are with the humans. Then there's the whole kind of subplot of honor and cultivation are of Roshar, the singers are of Roshar, but Odium is not of Roshar, and the humans are not of Roshar, until it kind of gets to the point where, that's a big moral dilemma in the books, is whose home is it, right? And we have the Skybreakers who say, well, no, we think the singers are correct. The humans need to leave. It was their home first. We invaded. And then we have other people saying, well, they've been here for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So is it not their home by now as well? Then we have Rhythm of War. The entire plot with Navani and Raboniel is saying Odium is just as much a part of Roshar as honor and cultivation. And they make the tone the Rhythm of War. They combine the two powers, and it just all feels like it's all leading up to something. And even the Unmade, right? We have Baido Mishram, who is an Unmade of Odium, and yet her being bound affected the spren of honor and cultivation so profoundly that now when a Radiant breaks their oaths, they become Deadeyes. That didn't happen before Baido Mishram was captured. So I think that's my theory, is that by the end of Stormlight 10, the Knight's Radiant magic system will fundamentally change. I don't know how. I don't know what it will look like, but it will change to be honor cultivation and Odium, all encompassed in the same magic system. Now, along with that, I also think that it means that there will be at least one more bondsmith, and I think they will bond Baido Mishram. It just feels like the narrative of the story is pushing towards Odium's not separate. He's just as much of this as honor is, just as much of the Roshar as cultivation is. The humans are just as much of the ecosystem as the singers are. But who knows, maybe even that's what the unite them is all about. It's uniting the splinters of honor. Maybe it's uniting the shard. We've already seen in universe canonically what the name of that shard would be, which is war, right? Because we have the Rhythm of War. Tell me what you guys think.